Hi, welcome back. So we are started seeing all exercise as part of DevOps tools training. So as I stated a couple of times, we have our GitHub ID Cloud and Loud for this whole series of training around DevOps tools. So you stick to DevOps underscore tools underscore training repository. For this class, we are going to discuss about how to integrate AWS Cloud to Jenkins. Correct? So for this class, I'm going to help you to understand how to launch one EC2 instance from Jenkins, right? Before going to this, I have created a small text file in class 14 folder. So you stick to this text file for detailed steps. Come down. To do this hands-on, we need one Jenkins machine, which we discussed in class 6 Jenkins machine, and you need to have one AWS cloud account. AWS, the account should be created and activated, fully activated. If you have this Jenkins machine, if you have activated AWS cloud account, then you can perform this hands-on lab in your own laptop. So let's go inside. So first, I will show you, I have one Jenkins machine, which I created in Google Cloud. Okay, so the OS is CentOS 7. I have logged in also, and I'm going to install Jenkins again to make sure you all have good refresh. So I'm just going to the class 6 steps. Come down, Jenkins installation.txt. So let's open Jenkins installation.txt. Come down. Let's install all prerequisites and the Java and the Maven. So let's copy paste everything. So once it's installed, we will configure the environment variables, and then we will install Jenkins, and then we will configure as part of the default plugins and global tool configuration. Then we will proceed for AWS cloud integration. Let's wait for a few seconds. Let it complete. So NTP is getting synced, and then Maven is getting downloaded and getting extracted. So now if you look at this, then the Maven, we are moving it, and we will configure the environment variables and copy this and go for the last export path. So we are going here. Make sure we have pasted correctly. Yes. So instead of log off and login, I can say source the same file. So if you say yes, it got loaded everything. Now what we can do is, first we will check Maven version is working or not. Yes, working. So we are good. So the machine doesn't know where to download the Jenkins package. So we are configuring the repository, and then we are configuring the key. These are all we have discussed in couple of exercise. We are installing Jenkins. So the Jenkins is getting installed. So what is the IP address of Jenkins machine? This is the IP address. So copy this and put it and say :8080. So this is the Jenkins port. So let us go here, duplicate it. I can paste it here, enter it. So we haven't started the service. So we are starting the service. That is why the page is not coming. Yes, now the service is started and working. So let's refresh this. So Jenkins, first time it will ask to install the plugins. So we'll go with the default mode. So the first time login, automatically it will come up with the username, and the password is one time we need to give from this file. So go here and say cat the file, and what is the password? Copy this to unlock it. So I'll unlock this and say continue, and it will ask what are the plugins. So we are going with the suggested plugins by default. So by default, these are all will be installed. And then we need to configure the username and password to log in Jenkins admin console. Let's wait for a few seconds. So these are all we have covered, but I'm just doing again to make sure you're all good in this lab. The more you try, the more you will get what is going on in hands-on, even though you are not working in so-and-so technologies. So we will set the username. Password is 12345. Make it very simple. We are learning. We are not trying to prove anything. So Cloud and Loud, and say the mail ID.com, and say save and continue. And we will go inside. Start using Jenkins. And we will install the necessary plugins. Dashboard view. Go to manage Jenkins. Manage plugins. Available. Dashboard view. Yes. And then what is the other one? Build pipeline. Yes. We will install it. And deploy to container. Yes. So deploy to container also we will install. So now we need to configure the global tool configuration. Java home, Maven home, JIT is installed or not. Okay, so going to the dashboard, going to the manage Jenkins, going to the global tool configuration, come down. So JDK, what is the Java home? Go above. This is the Java home. Copy this. Okay, go back here. So I don't want to install automatically option. Java 1.8.0, 1.8.0, and then Java home is, this is the Java home. Come down. JIT is already installed. So there is no error. So it's fine. Add Maven. Maven also, I don't want any automatic installation. So mvn-version, enter. So this is the home directory. Go here, Maven home, and Maven-3.5.4. Say save. So we are good to go. Now, what we are going to do is, I have my, so as I said, this is the step. So install EC2 Jenkins plugin in Jenkins. So how to install? The same way, manage plugins and say available, and search the common word called EC2. So Amazon EC2. This plugin integrate Jenkins with EC2 or anything implement EC2 API. So this is the plugin we need, right? So let's install it. Let's install this and say install. So once it's installed, what is the next step? Create IAM keys from your aws.amazon.com. So this is my AWS account. Okay, so go here. I am going for my IAM. Okay, my IAM, and in that IAM, create the access keys and secret access key. Say create new access key, and better you copy both in Notepad. So let's have some Notepad++ opened. So test it. Just wait. What is the other step? So create, we have created. Configure AWS Cloud in Jenkins console and test the integration. So go back here. Yes, everything is fine. Installed plugin. Now go to manage Jenkins. Go to configure system. There is small change recently. They changed the place, but still they are pointing out from configuring system. Come down the last. Okay, so the cloud previously it was there here, so you can configure it here, but now they moved it to better management. So click this. So what is the cloud? Amazon EC2. Click this. So the moment you click, you can give name. Say I'm going to name, say application 1 production environment, like this, because the naming should be something meaningful, right? What is Amazon EC2 credentials, right? If you don't have any idea, click this, right? Access key ID, secret access key ID, right? So click this. Right now, nothing, because it's a brand new. Just now we installed from the scratch. So click Jenkins and click this AWS credentials. Okay, before going here, say cancel, copy this so that it will be easy for you to correlate the same name convention instead of confusion, because you may have multiple environments, right? So go here, IDs, I can refer this, even the description also I can refer this. What is the access key ID? This is the access key ID. I can configure it here. And what is the secret access key ID? This is the secret access key ID. So I can mention it here. Say add. See, so if you have multiple environments, you please make sure the naming and description have to be somewhat meaningful. Otherwise, you will get confused. So come down. Use EC2 instance profile to obtain credentials. If you have, you can give this, but we can go and region US East 1. I'm selecting US East 1. If you want, you can select any region, right? EC2 key pair private key. So click this and say Jenkins. We have our secret text, right? So secret text with username, this is more sufficient, right? So because most of the image you can have EC2-user or Ubuntu or so, I'm going with say ID. What is the ID we have? So we can say app1 production environment, right? Even the description also. I'm giving the same. We can say credentials 1, description is fine, and username is say EC2-user, EC2-user. And what is the private key? So go here, come down, key pair, say create key pair. I can give say Jenkins or automation. Give this name as a key pair, say create key pair. Okay, there is a file downloaded, POM file downloaded. So right click and say edit notepad++. You need to make sure normally open this kind of files in edit plus or notepad++. So copy the entire one without any space. Normally people will give some space here or space here, which will lead to a lot of errors. Okay, so copy this and go here, go to Jenkins console and say add and paste it, right? So you can give this and say add and select this. And as I said, instead of going to the save and come back and test, say apply and test connection. So success, that means from your Jenkins machine, CI server to your AWS cloud, okay. So the connection is successful, right? Now what we are going to do is we are going to create some EC2 instance. If you want to restrict, standardize the process, you give some AMIs also to this. This will help you to standardize the things, right? Or else straight away say save, right? Go to new item. Okay, before that, I'm going back to the steps. So install AWS CLI. So we have tested from Jenkins console, Jenkins server. Now from Jenkins server, because whenever you try to execute any pipeline, the CLI workspace also should have a visibility, right? So for that, we need to configure the AWS CLI also in the Jenkins server. So I'm in the Jenkins server. I'm installing this package. So whenever any pipeline, the pipeline will run as a Jenkins user only. So first I'm going as a user, login as a Jenkins user. Login as a Jenkins user. Now I'm into Jenkins user. Then run this command AWS configure to make sure you have the right details. So access key ID and secret access key ID. Okay. If you want, you can set it, but anyway, you can change this later. And each and every provisioning, you can change it later. Right now, I'm giving US-East-1. So everything is fine. Now, create a pipeline and launch EC2 instance. First, we will do one thing. We will go with a very simple one. Okay. Create a new pipeline, new item. Okay. Simple EC2 instance provision machine, VM. Right. Freestyle project. Create a freestyle project. Okay. And then come down. You can go with the execute shell, right? Here, you can have this copy paste. How do we know the image ID? Either you can go with your custom image ID. Normally, custom image only people will prefer in projects because you install everything as part of your deliverable and create a custom AMI, and using that custom AMI, you can launch n number of times so that your deliverable can be very fast, right? As of now, I'm just trying to make you to understand how things are working. So this AMI ID is, go back here, go to instance. You can take any instance, say launch instance. You can take any AMI. See, I took this. Mostly I took this Ubuntu. So this AMI ID 0D7. Yes, 0D7, right? So if you want, you can take any other AMI IDs. Save. Okay, before I'm going to say build now, go back here, say cancel. Make sure there is no instance. These are all recently I tested before this session, but there is no instance running state, means newly created. So we are going to say build now. That means there should be one more. Click this. See, everything is got success, right? Go back here, say refresh. See, there is an instance provision. Again, remember, this is my Jenkins server, CI server. Okay, somewhere this AWS cloud is there located. As long as this Jenkins server is connected to your AWS using the plugin and all other configuration just now we completed, using this, whenever there is a change, right, you can apply the specific scripts or command line to make sure the necessary provisioning happening in AWS, right? But this provisioning normally people won't do. Why? Because See here, you are just created the machine, but you are not created with specific to which key pair associated, which security group. By default security group will not be recommended. Whenever you provision any application server in projects, default security group normally will not be used, right? So you need to have some other parameter. So copy this, go back to your notepad and paste it here. See how we took AMI ID. The same way you can decide what AMI ID and what region, how many counts, 100 or 1 or 2 instance you want. If you put 100 instance will be launched. What is the instance type? What is the key name? What is the key name we created now? Key pair. Just now we created automation, right? So we need to make sure the automation is replaced here. And security group IDs. Which security group you want? You create your own security group with all restriction. And right now I am giving this. So the new VM should be part of Launch Wizard 8 security group. So we will go with this. So I'm associating with this and subnet ID. Which subnet ID you want? So go here. Either you go to VPC or from here you can identify. Come down, say you can select anything. We are not going to launch. I'm just going to show you the subnet ID. Say next. So this subnet ID, even the VPC also you can. Right now there is only one VPC, but if you have different VPC, you can specify. So which subnet? You can say this subnet 953CB79B. So we can say a different subnet 90904DCF. So 9090. What is that other one? 90904DCF, right? 4DCF. So you can copy this and go back to your pipeline. Either you can create a new pipeline or in the same pipeline you can edit and replace it, as long as you understand the concepts. Come down, you can just replace this with the detailed one, right? Detailed one. So say save and say build now. So if you go and check the logs, so as all parameter, whatever we mentioned, it got created as per the parameter we passed. Okay, go back to your launch instance. Go here. See here, there is a new instance now getting provision. So East 1A, come down. See automation key got associated, key pair. Come down, see Launch Wizard 8 got associated. And which subnet we given? It got part of, see 90904. So this is how you can put it, or you can associate the Docker file or specific Terraform. But at the end of the day, you can have more control. Even I will show you the other options. Go to dashboard, go to manage Jenkins. So go to manage, configure clouds. And we have configured, right? So here also you can come down. You can even control the instance type and how to the T2 unlimited. Even you can control the availability zone. If you want, you can go with the spot configuration also. Come down. Even the specific user wise or AMI type wise, you can have multiple configuration here, right? If you really need to have specific deliverables, right? But this is the way you can achieve this. In some of the way, I can go here, configure it. In previous class, we have discussed about the publish over SSH, right? So you give some application, your Maven_demo, which we seen a couple of classes, previous classes. So it will build, sorry, it will compile, it will build, you get the WAR file, right? So using publish one, okay, you can transfer it to the newly created machine, EC2 machine, and from there, using the boot script, you can copy this war file and deploy it. Everything will be possible, right? So you need to plan, but the thing is the pipeline how you want, right? Before this shell, you can even say invoke Gradle script, or you can assign the specific instruction before the shell itself, or after this instance creation, you can even say build to var to container. You need to again run the shell script to capture what is the instance ID got created, and using that key you need to log in. So like that you need to create a script. So the pipeline will trigger every time there is a machine will be provisioned, the new var file will be created and then deployed. So this is also compute based architecture. If you want to deploy, you can go for it. Thanks for everyone. We will continue with more hands-on session. Stay tuned. Thanks everyone.